welcome to New York City. Did you ever feel like you are not in charge and instead of creating the life that you want, like you just react to it and you feel like everyone is trying to pull you in this direction, and you basically feel powerless? Well, today we're going to talk about why that happens and what you can do to stop it and how you can improve your life. And maybe even the city you live in is responsible for how you feel, what kind of choices you have, and how much energy you actually have available. So let's dive deep. First of all, Vadim Seeland. He's a Russian author. He wrote the book series Reality Transurfing, and in this book series, he describes something called a pendulum. So, what's a pendulum? A pendulum is it basically gets created whenever a group of people focus on a specific topic or on a specific thing. Anything, like as long as a group of people is focused on something specific. So what happens? It starts to create an energy field, and this energy field basically starts to having its own life, and it feeds off your energy. So if you're interested in politics, and right now everything is pretty crazy and like there are wars happening and everything feels very uncertain, but if you feed your energy into this topic and you start talking about it or thinking about it, or you start feeling fear because everything seems uncertain, you actually make the specific pendulum, which could be war or politics right now, bigger. It grows stronger because it is feeding off of you. Your energy and your attention are maybe the most important and most valuable things you have to create yourself, to create your life, to create a life that you actually like living. And everything is a pendulum, like sports is a pendulum. So there are also good pendulums that you actually can benefit from when you understand the mechanism and how it works. So how do you actually outsmart a pendulum, or just how do you get control over your life and stop being controlled by specific pendulums? Well, awareness. So the moment you understand, okay, this pendulum wants me to get angry, this pendulum wants me to get afraid, you can just become aware of it and have the choice to decide if you want to actually feed into it or not. And the same happens with cities. So some cities can actually drain you, because I see every city as like a living organism. So the people who live in a specific city or the history of the city, it all feeds into this one living organism, and it can either benefit you or it can really drain you and make you feel depressed and stuck. And it's important that you decide to live in a city that actually benefits you, brings you the right opportunities, and brings you happiness simply. There is also something called astrocartography. You can check it out. It depends on your zodiac sign and the time of your birth, and depending on that, you can find cities that will benefit you. But you don't really need that, and you also don't need to travel the world and to see, okay, which city fits to me. You can just, it's enough to just follow your intuition and your imagination. So if you imagine a city, how do you feel? Does it make you feel light, or does it feel like hard, and do you feel stuck with it and as if you gain energy, or does it make you feel like you lose energy? And I also think the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, because you cannot separate it. So if you spend your whole day like scrolling on Instagram or talking about politics, you cannot separate it. You cannot go home and be like a monk and be very mindful and be super positive. It just doesn't work. Like everything is connected and everything is feeding into each other. So maybe that's the reason why the monks are very separated from the rest of the world. No. So it's important to realize that your attention is your superpower, and that your attention is literally shaping the world around you. And you don't have to only react. You can co-create your life in a way that actually benefits you, in a way that makes you happy. So whenever you feel a certain emotion, doesn't even matter which one, anxiousness or anger, just check, is this my pendulum? Is this another pendulum? Where is this emotion coming from? And do I have to participate? Do I have to feel like that? Because you don't. You have a choice. You can choose where your attention goes. You can choose what you grow stronger. You can choose what you create in your life and what you allow and what you don't allow in your life. read the books, Reality Transurfing. It's very interesting. It basically, I mean, it's basically always the same knowledge. Doesn't matter which book you will read, because it's all true. Yeah. But you can check out the books Reality Transurfing. It's very interesting, and just make sure that you are in a city that benefits you, that you are not living just to give your energy away, and that you are aware of your energy and that you actually benefit from pendulums, because you cannot avoid them. Everything is a pendulum. You cannot completely avoid them, but you can choose how aware you are, how it works, and if you want to participate or not. And I also know, like, the longer you stay in a specific city, if the city doesn't benefit you, the harder it is to get out of it again and actually leave and go to better places, better opportunities. Doesn't even matter if it's a city, a person, a job. The longer you stay in an energy form that doesn't benefit you, the harder it will be to get out. But you have to get out, because you owe it to yourself to be happy, and you owe it to yourself to be your best version and be your happiest version. And obviously, like, life is not always very simple, but there are places, people, and opportunities for you that actually help you and support you, and you don't need to stay at the ones that actually train you, because there are so many opportunities to leave, to change, to better yourself. And the more you are able to be aware of yourself, of what you're creating, what you're thinking, the easier it will be for you to change whatever you want to change and create what you actually want to create. I also believe that the only reason why our system, like, doesn't matter, government, political system, works the way it does right now is because most people are hooked on pendulums and hooked on someone else's story and not really creating their own. But the only reason why you're here, it's not that you fit into a system and, like, follow the rules. It's like to create your own system and to see how powerful you are and how capable you are. And I really hope and I really believe that people in the future, they will start creating more. But to create more, the first step is always awareness. It doesn't matter if it's like to get out of a relationship or to start a relationship or to get out of a current job or to start a new job. And the easiest way to check if you're actually benefiting from a specific place or person or whatever is, like, what's your energy. So whatever gives you energy, that's right for you. Whatever takes energy from you or makes you feel like drained, that's not for you. That's simply not for you. Everything is vibration, everything is energy, and yeah. And the earlier we learn how to work with it and how to create with it, the better for us. So yeah, never forget, your energy is your superpower. Use it wisely.